All right, so algebraic reasoning, we are doing this. Where is it? Where is it? We are doing a AR Unit 5 review for the test we're going to have on Friday. Now, this is what it looks like, but we are going to do it on here. So I can write on it. So it says if a given function has an inverse of f of x, it has an inverse of f inverse x, which of the following statements is true? Now remember, whenever you have an inverse, that means it's going to be switched, okay, or it's going to flip. One second, let me make this smaller. Inverse means flip, right? So xy will become yx. Now notice there's no negatives, there's no zeros, it's just xy becomes yx. So the best answer for that is going to be when xy becomes yx. Letter B on number 1. All right, number 2. Match the function to the inverse. Now you're going to actually have to do some of these algebraic inverses, so you're going to have to get ready or be prepared to solve for these algebraically. So what you do, your first step, f of x becomes y. And then, once again, you got to do the flip. You're going to switch the place of x and y. So y becomes x becomes y. And then you solve it the way you normally solve an algebraic equation. You first get rid of the loner, the constant, minus 4, by doing the opposite. The opposite of minus 4 is plus 4. Plus 4. X plus 4 are not like terms. We bring that down. And that equals 5y. Now your last step to get rid of that 5 is to divide by 5 and divide by 5. Should we rewrite it as an inverse, f inverse x, then we just rewrite what's over here. Now you could put them as separate fractions, but the answer choices are as a bigger improper fraction. So x plus 4 is 5. There you go. Letter B again. Why not? All right. Next. Now we're going to solve square roots the same way we did on the quiz and the review for the quiz. Same thing. Turn this into a y. Now this looks kind of complicated, but first we're going to get rid of this constant, the loner minus 7. Actually, sorry, first we need to switch. Sorry, flip x and y. We have x equals y plus 2 squared minus 7. First thing we do is get rid of that loner, that constant minus 7, the opposite, so we add 7 to both sides. So x plus 7, you bring that down. Now, here's where it gets tricky. To get rid of that square little 2, you'd have to do the square root of both sides. So I'm going to bring that up here. So square root of x plus 7 on the left equals square root of y plus 2 squared. Then you have squared and square root as inverse operations cancel each other out. And you bring down square root of x plus 7 equals y plus 2. And your last step is to get rid of that plus 2 by subtracting 2. Now that subtraction 2, you can't actually combine the 7 and the minus 2, so you're going to put it right after there. So here's how you rewrite it. And I'll put it with an inverse. F inverse x equals square root. X plus 7 is still there. And then the minus 2 goes after. All right. And you can see that answer is A. So I want you to notice, it's the opposite of square is square root. The opposite of minus 7 is plus 7. The opposite of plus 2 is minus 2. So you can kind of see where these go. But I don't want you to get confused where they're at, so it's important that you solve it out. All right. All right, so that answer was plus, that was letter A. All right, number 4. All All right, once again, you're gonna, and I'm gonna turn this into a y and flip them in one step, and then start solving it. So get rid of the loner, -5, and get rid of that 4, divide. So the inverse is x minus 5 over 4. Letter C. All right. Number 5. Okay, this was like number 3. So once again, we're gonna change that to a y and switch them in one step. And then get rid of the loner. 2. Remember, these don't combine, so you just write x minus 2 there. That's y minus 7. And then to get rid of that square, you square root both sides. And then to get rid of that -7, you add 7 to both sides. So f inverse of x is square root of x minus 2 plus 7. That was kind of a process of elimination because if you noticed, 2 through 5 were the same answer choices for different questions. All right. Number 6, I should say. Find the inverse. So once again, switch x and y. So we got x equals 3y minus 6. So to get rid of that -6, you add 6 to both sides. Cancel those out. X plus 6 equals 3y. Divide by 3. And you can write f inverse of x. X plus 6 over 3 is C. All right, the next one. Another one of these square root ones. So again, I'm going to switch x and y. All right, get rid of that plus 3. So we got x minus 3 equals y plus 5 squared. And get rid of that square with a square root. So I'll bring that down, x minus 3 under the square root sign. To get rid of that plus 5, I subtract 5. That is my inverse. X minus 3 under the square root minus 5. So that would be letter D. All right. And 8, what is the inverse of this? So once again, switch x and y. It's getting kind of monotonous, but I think after this, we're done with those. So get rid of the constant loner by doing the opposite. Don't combine, bring them down. And then get rid of that coefficient by dividing. Call that the inverse. X plus 4 over 3. And that's yes, a function. Linear equation. All right, table below. Now, which of the following tables represents the inverse? Remember, inverse means you flip the table. So if I was going to rewrite it, okay, how would I rewrite this? Well, I'm going to put these on the left-hand side in order. So at -1, 1, 2, 4, right? And then write the other side right here, right? So 1 goes with 1, 2 goes with 0.5, 4 goes with 0.25. All right, so which one matches that? Hey, the first one there, look at that, okay? So remember, you flip it, and reorder them from least to greatest on the X on the left side, okay? So we got A, that. No, we did not get A for that. Hold on one second. We got A on that one. This one we had D. Okay, so my bad. D and then A. So this one was D. This one is A. All right, last two problems, number 10 and 11 here. Which of the following inverse relations, set of order pairs? Inverse of set of ordered pairs, inverse. 10 and 11, flip the ordered pairs. All right. So if I were to flip this, I'd have negative 5, 10, negative 9, 7, negative 6, 0, and then 12, negative 8. All right, notice none of the negative signs change. You just flip them. So negative 5, 10. Well, the only one I see is the letter G there. And then down here, just flipping these, we got what, negative 7, 15, 0, negative 6. By the way, 0, yeah, 5, 9, 17, negative 8. Which one matches that? Is it 15? A, so it's D and then A. So that's how you do your review. Okay. All right. So your test on Friday will be very similar to this review. So make sure you understand how to do it, how to flip points to get the inverses, how to switch X and Y and solve for Y to get the inverse functions, how to flip a table to get the inverse table, and then how to flip ordered pairs to get a inverse set of ordered pairs, right? The whole thing with inverses is flipping, right, Miss Morero? Right. Just flip them around. All right, that's Miss Morero's contribution. Thank you very much. All right, we're gonna have that test on Friday, so make sure you get this review done, turn it in. It's a grade. Talk to y'all later.